Hi guys, just wanted to do a quick video on bulking, really for lads and a lot of the mistakes that I see. I see mistakes with both the eating and the training. Um, First of all, we'll go over the eating. So, what I tend to see when people are kind of going through these bulking phases, a lot of lads that I know they'll eat big meals, but they won't consistently eat these big meals. So, and there's no rhyme or reason to where they are in the day. There's no thought on digestion, thought on performance with them. There's no thought behind them. There's no routine really created, and all these things are essential for a good bulking slash off season. Um, so you'll find them maybe like, for argument's sake, going to Nando's or Frangano's and just eating a full chicken, and then a few hours later they'll just have a shake, and then a few hours later they won't be hungry, so they'll skip a meal, and it just goes on like that. So what I think the best, in my opinion, the best off-season protocols are really, it goes back down to this routine um, section really. Get a good morning walk in or something like that. Keep fit. That's something that I really advocate. You don't have to go mental. We're not asking for cardio. It's just a period of steps really. Keep your steps up, keep your activity up, keep the ticker healthy. Start your day off with that. Get in, have your breakfast. Have a big breakfast, one that digests well with you. Too many people, they'll have a look at Phil Heath or Ronnie Coleman's breakfast and they'll be like, right, I need to eat that. It takes time to get up to these levels of calories, and it's important to work with what works for you. So you need to really try it. Like, for argument's sake, my breakfast for a long period was literally just a scoop of protein, um, porridge, that's 75 grams of oats, and a little bit of fruit. It got to the stage where I'd had that for a long time, and that were a really solid breakfast. That were every morning. Bang, I enjoyed that breakfast. Because this is another importance: eating foods that you enjoy, not just like I say, like what Ronnie Coleman eats. Eat things that you enjoy. So anyway, I've moved my breakfast now between me and my coach. We've moved it up to every morning I have 2 eggs, a slice of bacon, slice of toast, 75 grams of oats, 100 grams of fruit, and a protein shake. And that makes just under 1,000 calories. But I have had to go up slowly with that breakfast. So it's not all about looking at these big guys and thinking, what do they eat for breakfast? It's about what works for you, and again, how slowly you can push these meals. So in terms of food choices, as I've said on previous posts, food choices they're quite irrelevant in terms of the result that you're going to get. Now, I obviously advocate eating healthy because that makes you feel good. So if you're going to just eat shit every meal, you're not going to digest it very good, and you're not going to feel healthy. So, to a degree, I feel that if you can have a split where maybe 80% of it, is really clean foods, and the other 20 are just in order to make calories up, I find that's quite a good balance. But just make sure you're getting your good foods, ones that respond well to you. So for argument's sake, carbohydrate choices, ones that I like in my off season are things like bagels. I have cereal after my workout. I'll have sometimes jelly sweets after my workout, like fast sugars and whatnot. This is a great time to get these in. They're not. Are they needed? That's a question for maybe another post. But are they needed? Maybe not. But at that time, it's a great opportunity for you to get a really good amount of carbs in. And what are the easiest carbs? Sugar. And what happens after you've trained? You need to restore your glycogen levels because your muscles are depleted of glycogen. So it's a great time to put sugar in there. Now, this doesn't mean egg down to Krispy Kreme and get a donut, because obviously you've got high fat levels in things like that. So you've got to be smart with your choices. As I say, things like cereal are excellent with a protein shake. Rice Krispie square bars, jelly sweets, bagels with jam, crumpets with jam, this sort of thing. And that's the reasoning that I put that in there. But I find, so for argument's sake, my post-workout meal, that might be like 700 calories worth of food, majority made up of quick sugars. And I find that so easy. That's just straight in. My body's wanting it. It's, you know, straight in, and that's about. I think it's about 150 grams of net carbs that I put in within an hour of training. So straight away there, if you go back to the breakfast 1,000 calories. There's about 700 going in post workout. Pre workout, this meal is basically, and again, this goes through the whole host of it, that the pre-workout meal, and I say to have this between an hour to an hour and a half before, maybe 2 hours, depends on how well your body digests. Choose something that doesn't feel heavy on you. You don't want to be training feeling heavy. Your training will not be dictated by what you've eaten an hour and a half before. Your training will be dictated with what you've eaten for the last 7 days. You know, what you've eaten 24 hours ago, what you've eaten in that period. So it's not important that this meal is heavy at all. I go 100 grams of porridge and maybe 160 grams of turkey mince. I keep it quite simple, maybe a piece of fruit. So it's not massive amounts, maybe 80 grams of carbs. The calories aren't ridiculously high. We're looking at 500-600 calories. But straight away, just to put into context there, so you've got a 1,000 calorie breakfast, 700 calorie or 700-800 calorie post workout, and a 600 to 700 pre-workout. So you've got a lot of calories within that. The other meals are just things that I could eat and I want to eat again in 2 hours. So I wouldn't pick something that was that heavy that I was having to shove and force feed meals down, because it's hard enough in this time to keep these calories up all the time. So it's got to be things that you feel that you can eat and then be hungry again. So for argument's sake, I might have chicken and homemade chips. You know, I'll cut 300 grams of potatoes up, bang them in air fryer, and that might be one of the meals. And I might have a couple of snacker jacks with that. You know, a couple of easy calories. Again, I can digest it easy, and we can go from there. So yeah, with the eating, really, my tips with lads are basically choose foods that are not going to make you bloated. They digest easy. You perform well. That's essential. You're getting stronger. If you're not getting stronger in your training, then you're not eating right and you're not growing. So all these things are so important and overlooked. And keep your routine up. As I say, the cardio is a really good, or the morning walk is a really good way of keeping that routine, even in a phase where you feel like it's not necessarily needed. So that's that side of it. The training side, I think that this is a really important side as well, and I think that a lot of lads get this wrong because, again, it's social media. They'll see a guy doing tricep pushdowns, drop sets on tricep pushdowns, and they will prioritise their workout around stuff like that, massive giant sets and what have you. The focus in any off-season, and to a degree when you're cutting as well, is keeping strong or getting strong. In your off-season you should be getting as strong as you physically can. In your cutting season you should be trying to hold on to that strength, because that's when muscle's lost. These people that diet while they've just had bands at home, it's not a coincidence that you'll look at them and think they've lost muscle mass. Yes, you can lose fat, but if you're only able to use bands and you've been used to putting 3 plates aside on a hack squat and doing 12 reps, and that's what you've been used to doing, you're not going to hold on to that muscle, and that is why you will see people who've dieted in this phase and they will look smaller in terms of mass as well. So yeah, with the training aspect, there should be a definite focus on getting stronger, whether that be on reps, whether that be on weight, whether that be in form. Every week you should be able to look over a period of 8 weeks, say, and you should be making progression every week. Really focusing on things like the hack squat, the normal squat, the leg press, deadlifts, bent over rows, bench press, incline press, shoulder press, lat pull downs, all these bread and butter exercises. If you get strong at all these and you're progressing each week, your body's progressively overloading each week, you're going to do nothing but grow. It's as long as your food is going in, which without your food going in properly, you're not going to get stronger. So if the food's right, the training's right, and you're getting stronger, you're going to failure every week, there's no other way that you can grow. It's like a cycle. So if that bit's right, that bit's right. And that, I think that's another way where a lot of lads go wrong as well, because when they do get to the weekend, the diet goes out of the window. So instead of going from the 6-7 meals that they're eating midweek, all of a sudden they're going to 2 meals plus a shitload of beer, which again I'm not against it, but you've still got to get your meals in. You know, don't just think 'cause I'm going on the sesh, I can just forget about my meals. Then meals need to go in, because in theory you're wasting days on end, because you'll spend that day only eating 3 meals and a load of beers. The day after you're hanging out your ass, so you only manage another 3 meals. So you've spent there basically 2 days of under eating, and when you're eating the wrong shit. Your protein's not high enough. You know what it's like. And I know that this is life, but an element of control over those meals, I think, is definitely needed if you're serious about growing. I think that's everything covered. Basically, in terms of the training, don't train like a pussy. You know, your intensity has got to just be through the roof. You've got to be taking your body to mechanical failure in a safe way. Don't sacrifice form. You know, your form needs to be good. You need to be really. You need to have in your head a kind of